Hi everyone, it's me Ganesan. I've been living in France for past 2.5 years, and before coming to France, like 3 years before, going to abroad not even in my plan, but how I ended up here. And then I'm gonna tell you what are the process I did, and also how I get the visa so easily, like within 6 working days. I just finished my masters here. I got my APS visa so that I can stay here for 2 years at least to search for a job. So as I told you, before 3 years I was not planning to move abroad because of the financial constraints. With this channel I'm gonna tell you step by step method that I experienced by myself, how I applied for a visa and how long it takes to get the visa, what are the campus steps that you can do, and then after getting visa what are the things you need to do. So in others opinion they told France is complicated because of the lifestyle, might be there will be a cultural shock, and then the language is so difficult. Actually the French is difficult to learn for sure, but you need to learn the language if you're moving abroad or going different part of the world to communicate with the people, at least for your basic needs. What I have learned is this: you can survive without French, but you can't truly belong without trying to learn it. Language changes how the country opens up to you. It changes how confident you feel. It changes how you see yourself. And it's not cheaper, but you can actually afford it. If you broke it into pieces like tuition, the expenses, and then transportation costs and housing, everything makes sense at some point, so that it's worth to spend that much money into an abroad life. You can save more money. There are few options which you can get free daily needs over there, and this will happen every 2 weeks or every week. It depends on the association. So there are different associations happening in France, particularly where I am in Lyon. There are different student associations who are actually collecting things from supermarkets, and they are just providing it to the students for free. So when I started to research about France and higher education in France, I was watching many videos and others' opinion, which was totally different from what I learned from after researching it actually. So France has a strong institutional thing, as well as many programs are taught in English. Fees are much more low comparing to the other countries. Actually for the engineering courses, the fees is not much more, like it's around mostly 3 to 4 lakhs. But if you compare the same fees with the other countries, there is a large difference between the French government institution as well as the other government tuition fees. When I started the application process, whenever I fill application, I used to check it for 2 to 3 times to make sure the things are perfect, so that I don't waste my time to get a rejection. Just when I started to research about France, I started watching many videos, many others' opinion, but it's good to research it by yourself, because most of things, mostly they will tell you by their perspective, but if you research it by yourself, you can get a different idea, so that you can work on it by yourself. And also if you do a process all by yourself, feel happy if you actually successful to that. And also French is compulsory to get a part-time job. Without knowing French you can get a job, of course, but you can get it in an Indian restaurant or else a Sri Lankan restaurant like that, but they're gonna make your life harder than what you think. Because I worked at least 3 different restaurants here in France, and what I felt is working in a French restaurant and Italian restaurant is different from working in an Indian restaurant. So working over an Indian restaurant will make you to hate your life. So make sure you know basic French so you can find a job in French or Italian restaurants. Let's say everything goes well and then you just graduated from the university. The most important part is applying for the APS visa. So you should make it within 14 days of your visa closing time. What are the documents you need to submit for the APS? Everything I'm gonna add here. In my case, it cost me only 2 days, but for my friend, it took 3 months to get APS for him. So I'm gonna tell you some basic tips and tricks so that you can get a APS visa easily. It might be depends on your program that you took as well. France didn't just give me education, but it gave me as well as some sort of perspective. Somewhere right now, someone is sitting with the same confusion that I had once, overwhelmed with the informations, afraid of making the wrong decision. What if you are thinking about studying in France? Just subscribe. Tell me in comments where you are from and what you want to do in France, can help you with that. And sometimes knowing you are not alone in the first step forward is the first step forward, right? So